how to sell products. And I suggest that I start by giving you a short presentation on the effective salesperson. I took a moment, went out in the net, looked around what's available on this topic, and I discovered, and this is actually pretty amazing, Toastmasters gave as good a summary as anything I could find. Normally I go right by the Toastmasters material because it's half. This was actually pretty good. They broke it down to 5 major areas, and Michelle, before you go ballistic, I'm going to show more pictures. But we have 5 major areas, and here's the first one, qualities of a successful salesperson. These are the first 3. Focus on the buyer. Practice good listening skills, demonstrate buyer value, radiate credibility, maintain a positive attitude. Of those 5, which strikes you as being most crucial? Attitude. Gary. Number 2, good listening skills. We have an alternate opinion? Focus. Yes, Steve.
Focus on the buyer.
Focus on the buyer.
I think listening skills are very important.
I think they go together. I think it's between 2 and 3.
I think the point is, they're all important.
Trick question.
Otherwise, my 3 or 4 minutes would be short.
Thank you.
The buyer's needs. Once again, 5 major items. Need identification, recognition, evaluation of options, decision-making by the buyer, and search for fulfillment. Which one do you like best?
All of them.
No, you can't have all. It's at least getting you one to work with.
Evaluation of options.
No, I think it's recognition. The
That's
recognition
interesting,
of
because I
importance.
personally thought
Search for fulfillment.
was the killer item.
Yeah.
If I'm a buyer, I'm looking to fulfill some need. Your job is to find it, but ultimately, that's my crucial element. Then it's a sales strategy. We're down to 3 now. We build rapport, determine the buyer's needs, and something I thought was interesting, what's the urgency of the buyer's needs? Quite a few years ago, I was in Washington, D.C. I needed a house. I needed a house now. Because my kids are about to go to school, I want to know where they're going to go to school. The realtor picked up on this factor, took me with everything I had. So personally, I think that the key point here, what do you think?
Number 2, determination of buyer's needs.
Okay. Anybody ever form a relationship with the actual salesperson? Building a rapport?
Yes.
Very important.
Car salesmen do that all the time.
They're all important.
Because they're buying you.
All right, John, all right, fine.
Didn't hear that.
Solving the buyer's problem. Again, 3 major points. Which do you like best? Yes, Krista.
Developing trust and respect.
Trust and respect. Personal opinion, that's what I found most important. If I can't trust and respect you as a salesperson, ain't gonna get my money. It's not gonna happen. And then the last one was getting commitment. Anybody bought a house recently? Did you go through this? You're putting out $500,000. My stepdaughter right now is about to do this for a house in North Carolina. She's dying 1,000 deaths, but she has all these lingering concerns. But what's missing in all of this? You need to get your signature on the bottom line and get that sale. Ultimately, that is what makes an effective salesperson. They actually sold the product or the service. And in fact, start the time over again, Doug, in a moment. Duke and I are going to demonstrate a potential sales effort. And Duke is a somewhat conservative CEO of an, thank you, of an organization who I'm trying to sell Toastmasters to. and he's going to come up and introduce himself as the CEO. Duke, introduce yourself to my peeps.
Yes, I'm the CEO of NCCI. And this is, I just want to point out though, this is casual day.
As it is every Thursday.
So what can I do for you, Mr. Thorn?
Duke, I've been talking to many of your people in your organization, and we've discovered there is a sincere and sustained interest in establishing a Toastmasters Club here within NCCI. Are you at all familiar with Toastmasters?
I am, actually, I did belong to Toastmasters. I belong to an advanced club, actually.
Wow.
And, so I appreciate the value of Toastmasters.
And did you see benefits from it?
Absolutely, yes.
I was going to say yes because I can tell by your poise, your natural sense that you've benefited from in the past. What do you remember from Toastmasters as being of greatest value?
Well, the greatest value, oh, I see, this is where you go off script. Okay. I think the greatest value was learning both leadership skills and being able to speak in front of an audience.
Okay? You hear that all the time. I hear people talk about Toastmasters. There's leadership, there's listening, there's speech capabilities. I'm going to try and break it down even more simply in that the Toastmasters experience provides effective performance. And I think in your organization and any organization, you're after effective performance. Would that be of interest to you?
Certainly. So what can we do for you?
Well, there are 4 basic ways in which you can gain experience in speaking and listening, what have you. You can have a college course, you can have a specialized workshop by a vendor, you can have Dale Carnegie, and all 3 of those have a common effect. They're all about training. People talk at you, you have a little bit of experiential aspect to it. They're all about training, and they all cost a minimum of $500. That's to start. Minimum of $500 can range to $5,000. And they have limited support afterwards. The 4th option is Toastmasters, and it's not the product that counts, it's the process that people go through on an experiential basis to gain that degree of comfort, that degree of effectiveness that we're all trying to find.
So you've met some of our employees today. Do you really think that they need to ramp up their communication skills?
I've noticed that some of your blonde employees, they're all very effective. But every day you're dealing with a client and you're in a competitive market, and any opportunity you have to enhance their capabilities, their effectiveness, is to your advantage.
But why Toastmasters instead of some of these other programs?
So I mentioned that the other ones cost up to $500 easily, just like that, up to $5,000. Toastmasters will cost you $125 initiation fee, that's a one-time fee for the organization, and then $20 per person for the first 2 manuals, access to the website, Toastmasters magazine, and a lot of experience. So here's my real question. Would you be interested in that $125 from an organizational perspective? Keeping in mind, it's a non-profit organization for which you get tax purposes.
Right, the organization pays this fee.
We're asking you if you would, yes.
Yeah, I think I can find these people to fit. And you said Toastmasters was an international organization?
It is so international, 330,000 plus people, 135 different countries. In fact, if you throw a rock, if you stand right here, and you throw a rock, there's a good chance you'll hear Toastmasters.
Sometimes you like to. Well, okay, I've got another meeting to attend to, but I certainly thank you for the time, and I'll speak with our finance department and get this all.
Thank you, Duke, I appreciate it. No problem. Okay, Doug, you ready for part 3? I'm pretty much done. It's up to you now. What did you think about the overall sales effort? Yes?
I thought you brought up some excellent points about Toastmasters, and you did show great sales technique in doing the sales speech pitch to the person.
Go on.
Okay, so when you were asking us about the choices, and you said which ones do you choose, and there were 3, and then the other 2 were on another page, which of course we didn't look at those other 2, we were only gonna choose these 3, and then choose the next one, and you're like, oh, the answer is the fulfillment. Those all 5 options needed to be on one page.
Okay. I thought about that, but I didn't think it until I was driving here tonight. It was too late.
What if the person is asking you, what makes you tell me that my employees might need Toastmaster? What would be the answer?
Ask me again.
What would you answer if the CEO in that case asked you specifically, why are you insinuating that my employees need Toastmaster? If it feels insulted or something.
Because the most common phrase I've ever heard at every Toastmasters meeting or club I've ever attended is, where's Bill? I wish I'd done this sooner. I wish I'd done this sooner. And that is across the entire spectrum of every Toastmaster I've ever visited or seen. With the exception of Donald Kelly, who doesn't require any help at all. Yes, John?
One thing I would have liked to see being brought up, when he asked you why yours instead of some of the other courses, cost is one factor, but doing public speaking on a regular basis is like working out. You can develop a muscle, but if you don't work out for 10 years, you know, that muscle, if you don't work out for 10 years, that muscle goes. But if you're constantly using it, constantly honing it in,
I agree, and that's why I try to emphasize the idea of experiential continuation. Plus, when you finish those first 3 options, they walk away from you. You're on your own. Toastmasters is a continuous drink of Kool-Aid. You never quite get enough. Yes, David?
So now when you ended the presentation, when he said, well, I've got to go to another meeting, you know, have you thought about, Dane, by the way, have you thought about like actually either scheduling a follow-up meeting or trying to close the deal at that particular point in time?
My experience has been that you don't push them too hard in the first meeting. This is our first meeting. I want them to feel the hook, but not feel the pain that goes with it. So the mere fact that Duke was willing to consider paying $125 one time, never to be paid again, I wanted that to be settled in his mind. So when I talked to his chief of finance, I can honestly say the organization is prepared to pay the first upfront price. And yes, will they go for a second meeting? Judy, oh, the blonde person.
The blonde person with the question. There were 2 things that I would want to know is how many can join Toastmasters for that $125 fee, and what type of organizational support are we going to get in the beginning to get our club rolling?
Excellent questions, and if I had more time, I would. First answer to first is unlimited. And NCCI, stepping back by the way, 8 years ago, when we started this club at NCCI, we had 80 plus people join for $125. Obviously, we've come down a little bit. The second point is also crucial in that you always have at least 2 club sponsors to get you started, and then 2 more club mentors for at least 6 months to keep you going in the right direction. And I see by a red dot that my time is up. I thank you for your time and attention. Toastmasters.